The content on this channel is for educational and informational purposes only. Nothing we say, Evan, Jared, or Joseph, or even intern Steph says it should or could. Oh, fuck that one up. Nothing we say or should do should be considered advice. No tax, legal, accounting, or investment, or any kind of other advice. Obviously, I'm an idiot and I can't read words off of a screen. So anything you invest in is at your own risk. Consult and do your own research and consult with professionals. All right, let's go.
All you have to do is literally read, and you manage to screw that up.
Bro,
and
I just don't like the disclaimer.
And drop F-bombs in the first 30 minutes of our video, which doesn't help viewership or the algorithm at all.
Hey, it's okay. We're hemorrhaging subscribers anyway. It doesn't matter.
You tried to like ad-lib and be cool, and all you have to do is just literally read a paragraph.
I've been trying to get rid of the disclaimer for weeks now. I don't know why we do that.
And instead, now you've ruined this episode, this special episode that we had. So good job, Joseph.
Horrible time.
All right, we'll bring in Jared. Let's see if you can do that a little bit better.
All right, Jared from TFL is joining us today. We have the Game of Alliance. It's live on the Cosmos. It's supposed to bring a new era of prosperity and almost like a gamification to the Cosmos IBC realm. Jared, thank you so much for coming and joining in on today's live stream.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
All right, what's going on? What is Game of Alliance? What is happening? What has TFL been working on? And I know right now it's only in testnet, but right now it's an incentivized participation. So anyone who isn't familiar with it, they can actually go interact with it and potentially get a redacted airdrop. Not sure what that is.
Yeah, so we've been working on Alliance for some time now. We're considering this like our final proving ground. So we've done a lot of internal testing. I mean, I don't know how many test nets we've spun up already for this thing, but this is like our live testing where people can do stuff that we've never thought of. In addition to the kind of randomized element of just everyone else, we're putting in some programmed random factors. So some like programmed kinks in the system, shutdowns, additions, subtractions in chains and nodes, spikes in activity via like bots, so trying to like DDoS the networks and stuff. This sort of thing to really like push and stress test every aspect of the code that we can. We also are in the tail end of auditing for the code, and this is all very important. Because if you're going to put this on your chain, you're going to want to make sure that it isn't going to destroy your chain. We feel pretty confident about it, but that's we'll know very clearly at the end of this 3 weeks, like very, very clearly. This is substantially more than it should face in any production environment. What we'll be throwing at it.
So it's safe to say that we want to incentivize people to use this and test it, because that's going to help us kind of make this a more robust system. Is that right, Jared?
Yeah, for sure. And there's a social aspect to that as well, where we can have as many like audits and unit and integration and end-to-end testing as we can muster. We could spend a long time doing it. It doesn't speak as much as deploying it and using it. So deploying it and using it in testnet environment, our rough plan is do testnet for Pisco. So testnet on Terra, testnet on a second chain, back to mainnet on Terra, mainnet second chain, mainnet Terra. I believe is the rough plan. Those last two might be switched. But yeah, so that'll be like the next steps after this. I get a lot of questions of like, when are we launching this on Terra? The answer is that it has to go through governance, so you'll have like a very firm heads up. But I would suggest people probably don't put those proposals up until the end of the game, so that we have some more time to familiarize ourselves as a community with it.
Now, I love games. I cannot wait to see how this game works, and I'm sure my participation will be great, and I will win the game. But before we share our screen, Jared, and before you dive into it, at a very high level, can you just remind people or refresh us or those who aren't familiar, what exactly is Alliance? What is the goal? What is the mission here? And then I'll be happy to have us dive into the demo.
Yeah. So So there's some fun stuff about the game that just as a user will hopefully be fun and interesting for you, especially if you already stake and are a crypto native user. Uh, but I would encourage as you play it that you also read through as much of the documentation as you can understand and read through. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that if you want to stay kind of informed about how Cosmos chains work, it may become important to start learning some of the terminology, especially as we start voting on some of the different aspects of Alliance in the upcoming year. Some of those things are things like take rate, reward weight, what an Alliance asset is, and kind of how the like flow of staking assets works. So like those would be the concepts in the background to read about as you play. And then as a like overall, Alliance is an open source Cosmos SDK module. It leverages interchain staking to form economic alliances between blockchains. And so the goal here is to boost economic activity across any Cosmos chains who are using it through mutually beneficial alliances. Uh, you might imagine, so like let's take a brief moment on that take rate. You might imagine a situation where you could stake Luna on Osmosis and receive Osmosis rewards at the same time holding your base asset. You could also imagine a scenario where this take rate. So the first scenario there is perhaps with a zero take rate. There's no take of the staking asset. I think we'll get more into it later on, but here's a second scenario. You have, say, 100% take rate. Why would you want to utilize that side of the take rate? You might say, if you remember from like the classic days when we would have incentivized pools with people, like incentivized LP pools, you can imagine incentivized chains. You could say from our community pool, we're going to send over X amount of tokens to whatever chain. And in return, they're going to send us X amount of tokens. And now those will enter our staking rewards, our distribution module for staking rewards. So you could say exchange, just for throwing things out there, like 100,000 Luna and 100,000 Juno between the two chains, and then stakers on both of those chains would receive those rewards staking their native assets.
Gotcha. Joseph, any follow up on that before we dive into the demo?
No, I think he explained it very well. I'm excited to see what other chains do with this, because I do agree that this has potential for really strengthening the liquidity and, as you mentioned, DDoS attack potentials on networks, and being able to kind of tie that security together. I think that's really impressive. So excited to get into this into the demo.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm just gonna freaking share my whole screen. So if people have questions about other stuff, I got like 80 tabs open. We'll cycle through whatever. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pretend like I'm a completely new user. I think this is my fourth time going through the process, so I'll do as much as I can from memory. But I also have the docs open and stuff, so hopefully I make some mistakes and we get to do some troubleshooting.
All right, let's Steph bring up his screen. It looks like you're sharing the video.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's start on this one. Ready? Good?
Yep. Go for it.
So what I'm going to start off by doing here is I've got this test wallet in my station extension. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go ahead and exit this wallet. So we come to, do I do this? Oh, I can't remember how to
wow,
disconnect.
You're a whale on testnet.
Wow.
Yeah.
And whoever leaves the best comment wins all of that testnet Luna. So feel free to comment, like, rate, subscribe.
So I'm just gonna. This is how we'll do it. So I'll come here and just start a new wallet. You could use one of your existing ones. I've already claimed like the faucet on these other two, so I think it'll be a cleaner experience if we just start fresh. So come in extension, start a new wallet. It's gonna be called, what's it, like test 4.
Let's burn.
I think it should be Test E. Testy. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, that's perfect. This is a perfect name. I'd suggest probably not screen sharing your mnemonics with a bunch of people and recording them. I have written down the mnemonic, but the other check here is, don't display it to hundreds of people. Store this somewhere safe, just as like a general thing. This is, the worst.
Notepads are very safe these days. I think that's a great place to store it.
Yeah. Also, this, and like you should probably grab a hard wallet. Like I've got some metal ones behind me. Just be secure with this.
Bury it in your backyard underneath a cactus. Just the typical stuff for crypto adoption.
All right, so what we got here? Utility, both word. Oh, you gotta count these: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 exact. Cool. We have a new wallet. It's connected. I should have written down that address. I didn't.
Oh boy.
So we're just gonna go ahead and cool. We are on that wallet.
We're on Testy. Nice.
We're on Testy. We're gonna connect it. Yes, these are connected addresses. That's good. I'm gonna copy over this address. Oh no, I don't need that anymore. I'm gonna come here. I done this a different way yesterday, but I'm connected. I'm going to first come to the faucet page in Alliance. And I'm gonna say I've read these terms of use, which is about 10 pages of stuff that I've read very thoroughly. You should read these rules. You should read both, obviously, but I would definitely suggest like running over these, and let me just read them out loud. So 1, players have to start with a new wallet and fill it with tokens from the faucet. That's the first step. That's what we're doing. Players need to use a single wallet throughout the game. Players must stake tokens on at least one of the Game of Alliance chains. Automated tools are allowable. Players cannot transfer tokens to another wallet, or interchain transfers on the same wallet are allowed. We'll do one of those. To be eligible for rewards, participating validators must submit this form. So if you're a validator, we've got some links to share with you. We're in the main Terra Discord. We've got a channel there for you to do it. We've actually got some cool tooling for that if we have interest and there's time or whatever. But this is actually a pretty exciting part for me. Then for a complete set of rules, jump over here, and I really would recommend it as well. These are also the Alliance documents, and so this is just kind of worth your read. Up in here, you're going to have some of the in-depth concepts that we were just talking about. So, things like the reward weight, things like the take rate, and how delegations and validator shares work. These are all kind of the in-depth concepts that would help you understand the Alliance module in full. These are probably not going to be useful for most people. These are kind of the tech specs for when you're going to want to integrate into a chain. So unless you're a Cosmos SDK developer, that's probably not amazing. Kind of same thing with this guide. This guide, though, is going to be useful for all users that interact with Alliance Guide, or most users if you're going to interact from the CLI. Just as a quick overview of like what this docs page looks like. But we are interested in playing this game. So get started. We've got a guide here on how to create a new wallet. How to switch over to testnet, which I guess is important to say. I'm already in testnet, but if you want to change it, you can come over here to network. Let's say you're already on the mainnet, and this would allow you to switch over right here. If you're interested in what chains are on there, by the way, you can just click this little caret, and it'll tell you everything that you can currently connect station to on each of these areas. Classic is separate, so Classic has to be treated as a different archetype. So it's like mainnet, testnet, also Classic, also local Terra. So these are the chains. No, I misclicked. These are the ones connected to Classic. There's 3. These are all the chains that can interact on mainnet, if that makes sense to folks. If there's questions, I can explain that a little bit. But anyway, so we want to be on testnet. That's where we are. We've just done this part. We've claimed our airdrop tokens. and we have connected to the application. So we are GTG. Request these suckers, and now I would like to see these tokens. Good. My wallet already has them in here, but if you didn't, let's just take some of these off. Just take all the tokens off. No more tokens. You would want to come here. So it's not hiding these at the moment. And uncheck hide load balances. We're going to make a change a little later today that'll make this more intuitive. But so these tokens are without value. I'm sorry to tell you. They aren't traded anywhere. They're not going to be useful to you to buy a home or something. So they are low balance tokens. They are worth $0 right now. So
They're not
just
tradable yet.
maybe you guys will create a black market for them. I don't know. But good luck out there. If don't tell me if there's any OTC trades for this. It's free. You can just come with this wallet. Just get anyway. So add in what we have for the tokens. You can kind of like cross reference this list right here. So we're gonna add in Atreides, Carino, Hurricane. What else do we have? Ordos. Am I saying these right? I'm a big fan, but I can't remember if I'm saying some of the houses right. This is a Dune reference, by the way, for those that didn't catch on.
I was going to ask where the names came from, but you answered it for me.
Yeah, I'm personally a big fan, and I didn't know that we had other big fans on the team until I saw the naming of the testnet. I was very excited. So what we got Crone. Did we get them all? Okay, got Atreides, Carino, Arkin. And so what these are, so I've just added all 6. They are the mainnet token. So like Harkonnen is on a chain called Harkonnen. That this is where this native denom lives. But also we've made a liquid staking derivative for it called SHAR, or SHAR, if you will.
So this could be, Jared, just to chime in here, this could be compared to like Juno whenever this thing goes live, right? This would be Juno, and then you'd see an S Juno here.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we're trying to replicate that experience, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do here. So first off, let's try some staking. So right now on Atreides, you can stake S-Core score. So let's see how we can do that. There's nothing in this chain right now. Even though I have some of those tokens, I have some S-Core that I got from the faucet. It's not on this chain yet. How do we get it there? We're going to come up here to send, and we're going to choose S-Core, right? That's the asset we want to go to Atreides, and we'll choose our source chain. So they've all been airdropped to Terra to start with. That's why you're only seeing Terra right here. All these airdrops we got from the faucet went to Pisco, the Terra network. You can see there's 1,000 S-Core there. And we're just going to select from our own list of addresses. So these are all of the wallets that Station has created for you from your mnemonic, from our very secret mnemonic in the notepad. I'm going to choose Atreides because that's where we're trying to stake this stuff right here. And let's just send over 100 of it. Looks good. I'm going to have 900 left. Let's sign this transaction. Minute. I'm going to report that bug later. Why, when I press enter, does it open up that thing up there? I don't like that. But anyway, so press confirm. And then we got to wait a little bit. The IBC is not immediate. Just isn't. It isn't anywhere. So sorry about that. It will show up. It will. I promise you. In the meantime, we might take a look over at what our next steps are going to be. Or, well, no, it won't. It actually won't be too bad. The next step is just what we've just done there was an interchain transfer. You can do this on mainnet as well, by the way. It's the exact same process. So let's just go to like my mainnet tester wallet. Oh, I'm still in test E. Let's go to tester. So we can say right here, we could send Luna. Again, as a mainnet interaction. From here, who supports Luna? We got Luna on Kajira. Do we still have it on Crest? I don't know. No, for sure it's on Kajira. So we can say, we'll send one that way. And just as easy as that, we're now initiating an IBC transfer between two chains there.
Very
Cool.
nice.
Yeah, I enjoy it. And let's switch back to test D. See what our next steps are. Yep, we selected from the address. We've done that send. We're still trying to delegate. Let's see if we have some yet. We do. They have arrived now.
Nice.
So you can choose how much you want. I'm just gonna do 10 to start it out with, or let's do 50. This is one of the tasks. You're gonna want to delegate to someone. If you have a larger screen than mine, I'm working on a 13-inch Mac here. This little scroll bar should be nicer for you. It should be nicer for our small Mac users later on as well. This is one of the pieces of feedback, and you see stuff like this. Come on, go ahead and tell us about it. So it did not do.
Where should people head over to let you know if they notice anything?
That's a good cue. So we have here Discord link that should bring you over to the main Terra Discord. And right down here, we've got a Game of Alliance form.
Nice.
You can kind of pick and choose and provide some feedback there for our moderators. I'm actually not sure why this isn't doing this right now. I'm very displeased by it.
Uh-oh. He's going to do some hacking on screen. Uh-oh.
Let's simply try refreshing. I think I confused it by switching through a bunch of different wallets. And let's see if that solves our little issue there. Yep.
There you go.
Crisis averted.
So, I mean, this is a UI that's special built for this game. So this isn't like, just so people are aware, this isn't like how you'll interact with Game of Alliance, strictly speaking. And in fact, we even have here in the rules and missions bonus bounties. So there are bonus bounties available for best data visualization, best scoreboards, best memes, best automated staking tools, and open category. This is a open mic for whatever you think. Like one thing I've seen so far is this our estimated users by chain. Is it every 5 minutes? So, nice. We've even got some better ones. So right now there have been about 1,500 participants, roughly between them, and between 17 and 30 validators have joined per chain. You can kind of see, what is this, hourly-ish for the 13.6. Yeah, so this is by the hour, our ramp up. Looks like everyone woke up around 9 p.m. yesterday or something. And yeah, so this is just like one of the dashboards that's been sent in.
Joseph, this has you all over it with the flip side data visualization.
Yeah, I think I don't know how does Flipside have data support for the different test nets? I'm not sure. I know we have mainnet support, and I think we have classic maybe. I'm assuming the people who are submitting these visualizations are probably running their own node and like ingesting their own data.
Eddie Fulton, before I address that, Eddie Fulton says, can we get a public link for that dashboard if there's one?
Yeah.
Where do I share this with?
And then if you do want to create a dashboard and visualize the data, where would you go to pull that if not from if you don't have access to it, like Flipside?
So if you're a developer, just spin up a node and request it directly from the chain. If you're not, you're gonna have to wait for some folks to make some of these things, which is why we've put that bounty out for it.
Okay, I'm gonna grab that link to the data dashboard.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Where you want it? You want it in here?
Yeah, if you could drop it in the chat, in the private chat in there, and I can just drop it into the stream. That works. Thank you.
Boom. Yeah. And again, this is like, so I think one of our people made this in like 3 minutes. Like it was up immediately. So like this is not the best thing. I mean, it's fine. I'm not. But this is a couple minutes of work. Like someone could put in, an hour, 2 hours today, and have a really nice dashboard. I'd love to see more. As people find them, go ahead and send them to me. I mean, yeah. Anyway, so cool. So we've done this thing. We have staked an asset here. Some of the other tasks are, say, undelegating that asset. You do that. Wait a second. Redelegating that asset. So we can choose a different validator and redelegate from Mr. Fasters to Runeterra. That's just a quick run through of how how that might work to manage your staking. Next, we could be sending over. So we got the best APR here. Let's see what we got on this one. So this one also accepts S core. So we could send some over to Harkonnen, some S core over to Harkonnen, and do the same process there. Undelegations on these 3 chains are set to just 1 hour. So, say you see a really big jump in APR between 2, or, like Ordos is 0% right now. You can undelegate everything you have here as well. Just the whole balance and move it over to one of these other chains. One of the objectives is to come out of this with kind of the largest amount of tokens. So, automated tools are acceptable there, or just checking it at every time you have a reward change. We got reward start time, 10 hours. We'll see in the summary. Next shuffle is in 5 hours. So you just set an alarm in 5 hours, check where things are, and redelegate based on that. And that's the brief summary of what's going on there. Let me run down some of the scoring. So part of it is total staking rewards, maximizing staking yield. There's some small score pieces, delegating to any validator, redelegating, undelegating. We just did all those. Claiming staking rewards. Let's do. I don't know if I have any staking rewards yet. I'm staking in a couple seconds, but let's see. Yeah, claim some rewards. Let's do it. So there's another task. You can just click right there, claim some rewards. Undelegate from one chain, then send tokens through IBC and delegate to a different chain. Kind of what we were just talking about. So you'd come here, you'd say undelegate. Cool, confirmed. And then you would come up here, and let's say again, we're going to do S core, and this time where we want to send it. Now let's do Harkonnen. Do 100 to this chain now. So you just do this step again.
When Game of Alliance goes live, how many chains will there be supported?
These 3 tests plus Pisco as the hub.
Okay.
And this is live.
Oh, well, live as meaning when it's no longer being set in testnet, being actually live on mainnets.
Yeah, so that'll be kind of dependent. Here I might stop. I think that is the overview of all the basic tasks, but I'm happy to share again and answer any questions. So that'll be dependent on whatever the governance is. So like, yeah, I guess we'll see.
Okay.
I think probably the best method is to kind of put up an Agora post with some suggestions, and then allow some conversation to percolate through the community for a couple weeks. and then make some decisions on who we want to throw in first, because it can be all kinds of stuff. So it could be an LP token, it could be a LSD token, it could be a native token, and of course, all of those are going to come with their own positives and deltas. And we may consider doing them as individual pieces. So we may consider first do a gov proposal to add Alliance. No tokens, just add the thing in there so that we can then make decisions. Then, once Alliance is in there, we'll have a new set of voting mechanisms we can choose from to enable assets, enable take rates, enable reward weight, and then those decisions may be best made on individual assets as a chain.
Looks like Finn in the comments has a question saying, when this goes live for the game, are all the chains participating actual Feather Spun chains, or are they normal IBC chains as well?
Yeah, so they are, so it's live, and these are the 3 chains that we just saw. We did not use Feather to deploy them, but yeah, I don't think that doesn't make them any lesser or greater than anything else.
And when these governance proposals happen on the different chains, are they happening on the individual chains? Like Juno will have a proposal on their end, and then there will be an active proposal on the Terra end. And there could be a scenario where one chain approves it and the other chain doesn't approve it. Is that room for a possibility there?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's interesting. And a comment that Evan _docs has left, kind of in the same vein. He says the game of Alliance is just the incentivized testnet.
Mm.
It is a representation of how alliances can be formed. Actual alliances will form between chains based on governance proposals. So I guess, and I don't know if you know the answer to this or not, Jared, but how has there been much like reception of this lately? Are there particular chains that you think are chomping at the bit to get involved, or are there some chains that are like, no, we don't want to do that? How has that been?
Yeah, there's a yes, and I won't steal any chains thunders. I can't recall exactly which ones have already announced that they're going to that they're going to integrate, and so I'll just kind of leave it to them. But there are a series of chains that have already said that they will be doing integration, and or are and it's all ands, and are in active chats with our dev team to make that process smooth for them.
Soon. All right. Interesting. Redacted chains. Is that the answer you're going to go with right now?
Yeah, I just don't want to steal the other chain's thunder. And
Yeah.
in development there can always be snags, and we don't know if governance will approve, etc.
Mhm.
But there are actively several development teams on different chains working towards integration and making sure that the module is appropriate for their chain's core specifically.
Okay.
Just to go back to the game of Alliance, you did mention that one of the incentives is this redacted airdrop. Can you leak anything about that? We won't tell anyone. If you tell us, we'll just keep it between us 3.
I was told not to do it, but I have. So it's at least enough to infer from the documentation and the game that like we have something in the works. And there have been several options over the last couple of months. I think we're zeroing in on the one that we would like to launch. And there will be plenty of forewarning. So there'll be like a test net beforehand. I kind of mentioned in the beginning that we would probably do like some combination of like second chain Pisco, second chain Terra. So yeah, I think we'll end up doing Pisco and then the second chain in testnet with Alliance, and then see how those two interact in that test environment for a short period of time, and then move into the mainnet launches, etc.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, we've got Finn coming in here. Finn's got a comment. He keeps looking to the side, probably getting the stink eye from the old boss man about leaking too much alpha. I'm assuming boss man is Do Kwon. He's actually in your bedroom right now.
He's in Florida.
He's a terrifying presence.
Yeah, send the
Wow.
authorities to Florida because he's in Florida. That's what the rumor on the street is.
Interpol is going to be knocking down his door in a couple minutes.
Oh my
Jared,
God.
I just want to talk about a couple other things as well. Overall timeline of the game. I know it's live now. It just went live last night. What? How many days do we have to try and win the game here?
3 weeks or so. So 3 weeks minus 12 hours or something like that.
Gotcha. And then the other thing I was curious about, you showed the one dashboard, and I know and I know there's a bounty out for better dashboards. The dashboard you showed us seemed like more maybe broad data. Is there like a leaderboard or something where I can go and see where I rank amongst others?
There's not, but yeah, there's not. That should be a thing. Wait, ask if anyone's making a leaderboard.
That's a new data visualization opportunity right there.
There you go.
Now I need to get a node. Are you guys? Terabytes is still running a validator, right? So
Yes, it's called Obi. We could spin you up real quick, and we're going to make the data visualization. Now I'm tongue tied.
bet. There you go. I'll start working through the data. I've never had to curate blockchain data, and I've heard that it's miserable to curate blockchain data.
We're going to do it. We're going to do the data visualization. It's already been decided. So earmark that bounty for us. Evan Doc says somebody should submit one for a bounty. Here we go. We're doing it.
Oh boy.
So in spinning these nodes up is actually super easy. We've even like written a script to like do it for you. So if you swing over into the validator Discord in announcements, we've got like a step-by-step guide. So if you can make your way to a terminal, you can launch one of these nodes. That is a basic requirement though. You're going to have to be able to get to navigate your way into a terminal.
We've got Bulldog Face 87, reminds me of my ex-girlfriend. Says, "Hey boys, thanks for all you do for the Terra Luna community. Appreciate you, Bulldog Face." Eddie F987 says, "Sorry if I missed. S-Core is the only asset that can be staked. None of the other chain tokens? Question mark.
At the moment, yeah. That's not like the permanent state of affairs. But yes, our goal is in that testing, right, is to kind of like phase in different stages. So like single asset at this moment, maybe in 5 hours it'll be multi. Maybe in the next 5 hours it'll be back to single. We've like randomized some of the factors on the backside. So whenever that time frame comes up, and that's also randomized from what I understand, another like iteration will happen.
That, would you call it an epoch? Is that an
epic
epoch?
Yeah, an epic epoch.
How do you pronounce it?
Epoch.
I'm pretty sure it's
some people call it epic. An epic epoch. Okay. Anyway,
you say you're good.
Bulldog Face says, "Oh, this is a big question for you. Scale from 1 to 10. How punchable is Gary Gensler's face?" Jared, that's a question for you.
I got some big knuckles, so I try to not punch stuff. I think I'll break fingers.
Oh, all right. Joseph, any parting words, wisdoms, questions?
No, I think I'm good. I'm excited to go play around with this. I'm definitely gonna load up my wallet and go interact with it. Now I've been conscripted to make a data visualization for leaderboard tracking, so I'm excited for that fun little project. Last night,
imagine the bounty we can win. I heard it's 100,000 Luna.
100,000 Luna. Are you sure it's not the missing Bitcoin that everyone what's his name, Fat Man, has been on the look for? Has he come back? Is that man still alive?
Nobody knows. All right, Jared, any parting wisdom or anything that we've left out in the little demo here on our Friday special?
So I would just kind of reemphasize that like the game is fun. It's designed to be a very soft intro to what's going on. If you are very seriously interested in how this affects like mainnet, you should take the time to read through as much of those docs as you can. as much as you can understand, and ask as many questions as you want in our like Discord and Telegram about it. You can ping me. I'll do my best to jump in. I do sleep sometimes. I slept like 4 hours yesterday, so if I don't respond in 4 hours, I'll wake up soon. And we should like start to develop a knowledge base as a community, just like we have around our current governance system. And mastering that will allow us as a community to be more powerful negotiators as we begin to interact with other chains alliances.
All right, one more question before we go. Before you leave, and sorry if I missed this, but what's the update for Station Mobile? Says Bulldog Face 87.
Yeah, so I'm looking for a mobile developer. So if you are good with React Native, go to the Terra Money website and apply. Until I have a mobile developer, there is zero amount of code being written for mobile.
All right, there's the update. One more. Well, I guess we're just going to keep saying one more until there's no more. Yeah. Is there going to be an LSD created that utilizes unvested Luna for securing alliance chains?
I don't know.
Interesting.
He doesn't know. What I'm trying to even parse through that as I read it. I didn't understand it.
Well, we have vesting Luna.
Utilizes. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
We have unvested Luna. We have Luna that's vesting from the initial airdrop, and so that unvested Luna that people are still holding that are like staked to a validator right now potentially could be used as like a liquid staking derivative, kind of similar to what people are doing with like the Flex coin and like how they're taking like their claims against their exchanges that they owe that are owed money for. They want to take out loans on that and actually make it liquid in some form or fashion. So they're doing essentially a similar action here with their airdrop.
I guess I'm not 100% sure how you would set that up, but if someone has the technical chops to do it,
And it would have to pass through a governance vote, of course, right?
Probably, yeah.
For it to be an alliance, yes. For the LSD to be created, I think you can just do that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're done taking questions. Jared, great work as always. We appreciate you coming on the show for this Friday special event. Anybody that wants to go check out Alliance, where do they need to go?
They should go to game -of-alliance.terra.money.
game-of-alliance.terra.money.
Yes.
A nice, easy URL for you to remember.
I can post it here. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. We'll drop it in the chat.
Let's throw that in the chat real quick. More questions at the very end. I'm gonna pee my pants if we don't end this stream soon. Cynthia Henley asked one question. Let's just take on the question here.
Last question.
When can we expect Alliance module live on mainnet? It's already been 6 months since we were hearing Alliance. When will the devs do something, Jared?
So you could put a proposal up today for it if you desired and you thought that it would pass governance.
Right. But maybe we should test it out first. I heard a funny QA joke the other day, which was a QA engineer walks into a bar. He orders 1 beer. He orders 0 beers. He orders 9 beers. He orders -1 beer. Then the first real patron walks into the bar and he asks, "Where's the bathroom?" And the bar burns down. That's the QA joke that I'm leaving. So you never know what's going to happen when you have real people come in and test shit and break shit. So, yeah. All right. We're going to end the stream because I'm going to pee my pants. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Jared. Go check out Game of Alliance. Let's win some of these redacted airdrops. Joseph, I hope you're already hard at work at the dashboard that we're going to create for the leaderboard. And we can just hard code my wallet address as number 1 so that we win even more. See?
Yeah.
Genius plan. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. Peace, everyone.